Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Fortnite tips and tricks video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys a gameplay that I got and I'm going to be analyzing it with you guys, going through step by step what I was thinking in the gameplay at each moment. I did this previously and you guys absolutely loved it. You crushed the like button, you guys were all subscribed and it was amazing. So if we could, if you guys enjoy this series, want me to analyze gameplays in the future of myself, smack that like button. Let's go for 405 likes. That would be amazing. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. We just hit 140,000 subscribers. I am extremely blessed for that, and I just appreciate you guys so much. So sub if you're new, smack a like if you enjoy the series. Let's talk about it. Now, this first gunfight right here, I landed Tilted Towers. I get a gun, tac shotgun. The reason I'm winning this gunfight and challenging this guy is because I have a thing called right-hand advantage. That's the first thing I'll tell you about that. Right there, I lose right-hand advantage. But right-hand advantage I'll have again here, which I shoot him and I hit him through the door. I don't know why, if that's even supposed to count or if that was a glitch, but right-hand advantage is because your characters are right-handed with how they are holding the weapons. If you're peeking from the left to the right side, but based on the camera angles, you have the advantage in those shotgun fights. So that's a main key that you'll see in this early game. Tilted Towers early game, what you're going to notice from me is it's all about my pump to tac shotgun technique, as well as that right-hand advantage and listening. That's what I use right here. Pump into tac, very easy combo. You want to be able to one-shot them with a pump. You want to hit headshots, but unfortunately you can't have perfect aim. You can't be a perfect human, so you always need that backup. Your backup can be a double pump or it can be a tac. I like the tac up close or when people are moving or jumping like that guy right there, because it's just a lot. You get more tries at it. It's just, statistics. You won't do as much damage, but up close and personal you get more tries, and I'm going off to start this game. Next, I see a guy build up. Now this guy I decided to challenge. This is the only gunfight in the whole game that was kind of iffy for me, and I didn't really have control. This was a build fight here. Now, he has the advantage on me. He's higher than me. I'm hitting him so many times. Unfortunately, I'm barely hitting the shot, so I don't do too much with attack. I decided to match him with this build fight here. I sort of mess up my build a little bit, but I do reach him at the top, and I do get the angle on him, and I hit him again, and I whiff it again, and I don't hit him for like 6 damage. And then right here, he's in control. He has the height advantage, so I drop down. I build myself a little fortress to be able to heal and use my minis because I knew they had him, and he challenged me. I don't know why. I guess he knew I was weak, and I luckily win that gunfight. That's like the only gunfight this whole game where I could have lost. I didn't have control of it. So in the what I really did wrong in it right there is I probably should have recognized that he was a good player, because you need to analyze your opponents. Recognize that guy was obviously a good player. He was a good builder, and I chose to match him with the build war. It was close. I did end up coming out on top, but that's basically what happened there. In the future, if I wanted to play it safer, I could have recognized he was a good builder, decided to drop down and maybe disengage from the fight, but I like to go for a lot of kills out of tilted. Next one right here, I just build up on this guy, free angle right in the head with the pump shotgun. Headshots every single time, and that's what you want to hit. Of course, you can't do it every time. That's basically Tilted Towers for you. Now, not as many people go tilted since the update. I think it's because there's a challenge at Greasy Grove and Tomato Town, but I think after this week's challenges, a lot more people are going to start going tilted again. I get 5 kills out of tilted, which is kind of not that good, and I think it was because this gameplay was also around when it was around that area when there was a bunch of challenges to go to other places of the map. Next, I'm leaving tilted. I'm heading towards the safe zone, and I see a guy, and this guy builds at it. You need to analyze your opponents. That's something that I'm getting a lot better at. Analyze how good the players are. I see this guy build fairly decently, so I'm going to take it slow. He is most likely a decent player. If players don't build, you can feel free to rush them. Some people judge players based off the skin they have, others by how fast they build. I think how fast they build is a good component to judge people by. Here I have the height advantage, but as you guys can see, this guy's a good player. He's hitting these shots on me, so I take it slow. I build myself around the edges. I finally decide to drop down. I pump, and then I build, because there's a time in between the pump. Notice each shot, I shoot the pump, and then I duck back around cover, or I shoot the pump, and then I build, and then when he decides to jump in on me, I choose to use the tac, because I like the tac more when people are jumping around, or when they're flying around or whatever, because you get more tries with it. That's just statistically why I like the tac. And right here, luckily this guy has a lot of healing, a scar. I mean, I already had the gold scar actually, but he had a lot of healing stuff that I was able to use to basically get myself back up to full, and that's it. It was kind of a slow-paced start. 5 kills out of tilted. Usually I'll try to go for, 7 plus, but you can't choose where people are landing on the map, and all you can do is do your best. Right here, you can see there's already down to 11 people left, and I only have 6 kills. So at this point, I'm like, dude, I want some more kills. I like to win usually with 10 plus kills. That's and I run up here to get a height advantage so I can see around the map. I spot a character over there. Doesn't look like he's too smart from this, you don't want to judge them from a far way away, but, I can see that, and I decide, you know what, it's worth it, let's go for it, because I know this jump pad is in a good location where if I win this fight, I can use that jump pad again to get further into the zone. I decide to push this guy, and I think he heard me coming with the jump pad. He just sits in this room, and the reason why I do this is you guys might think, okay, I'm trolling him here, I'm messing with him. As a matter of fact, I mean, it can look that way, but that's the smart play to make there. The only thing he can do when I place the trap, he's basically instantly dead. There's nothing he can do. There's really nothing he can do because there's no way to get out of that situation. If you have traps, those are times when you can use them. That's a very unique situation, but players play differently every single time, and I was able to use that to pick him off. Right here, farm. These ones actually give, yeah, look at that, 39 on the brick, which is actually pretty good. Those big brick piles down in the river get you quite a bit. And right here, I just basically farm up because I'm low on materials, not necessarily low. I like to have around a couple of hundred, and I'm looking around for more enemies. Notice where I'm playing to get more kills. Around the edge of the zone. This is technically the late game based on the people alive, but it really is the mid game because this game went so darn fast. I don't know if so many people went to Dusty, so many people went to Greasy, but a lot of people died at the start. So I run back to my jump pad, use it again, and I see some build going down here, and this is where things get interesting. I'm third party in a fight. I can hear shots going down. I hear builds going down. So first thing I do is I see this thing is built on weak limbs. I shoot that down, and I'm able to get the first kill. Second kill right there, I hit him a couple times, and I realize, okay, look at his health. He's building pyramids. Anytime people build pyramids, they're panicking. This guy's down to about 30 health because I'm judging, and I know what time it is. It's ramp rush time. Right there, one more shot, and it kills him. You need to recognize defense versus offense, and that's why, in that fight where I was in trouble up on top, I recognized defense. I went and boxed myself in to use the shields. He pushed me, but I had a good defense, and I was able to win. Right there, I recognized those two are fighting each other. They're probably already weak. It's time for offense, and that's what I did there. Here, I'm just patrolling the edge again, looking for any more stragglers, and because I know I have this jump pad to use to rotate to the zone when I need it, and right there, right off the jump pad, I see another guy. So this was a good game I wanted to analyze because not a lot of my kills came in the early game. A lot were actually in the mid to late game, which are usually more intense fights. Right here is a free, easy kill. Right there, what I did basically is I see that I'm built above him. If you have RPGs, height advantage becomes 10 times more important because I can bank it in right there off the edge, and there was nothing he could do. Unfortunately, it didn't kill him straight up because he had, like, I guess 200 or 100, but I was able to just switch to the Scar easily and take him out. Reason why I put the RPG at the end is so I can switch RPG to Scar instantly, and then double pumps beside each other so I can go pump to pump, of course, and that's basically it. Here I go to start shooting at this guy. I start getting shot in the back, so I instantly go to build. I realize it's time for defense mode. I'm getting shot down, and right here I'm not even concerned with being on the offense. It's all about building for me and just building those walls. So I recognize here this guy seems like a decent player. I mean, we're in the late game. We're in top 4. So at this point, I've already invested so much time into the game. I want to secure this win. I also have a decent amount of kills, 10 already. So I recognize this guy seems like a decent player. I'm in a spot. I feel comfortable. I have the builds around my back. Basically, the only thing that could mess me up here is if this guy behind me was way up on that huge mountain, which he could possibly get an angle on me, but that would be highly unlikely. That's why I build up a little bit more to try to cover my back a little higher from that angle. And or if this guy in front of me had some sort of rockets or grenade launcher where he could bank it into my little, my little U-shaped building. So you'll see here, I'm just putting the pressure on. I feel pretty safe here. I have a bunch of ammo, a bunch of rockets. So why not just keep spamming, put the pressure on this guy. And he seems to be doing good on defense, just building up. And the reason why I shoot a rocket and then I try to shoot a lot of AR bullets is I want to destroy the wall with either the rocket or the AR, and then let the other one, see right here, I try to time it so that I can destroy the wall with my bullets and then let the rocket go in there and do damage. Here I'm getting shots. He gets a rocket shot in on me, and I recognize there I have two options: build or get out of my base. Good thing I did. That probably would have killed me or at least done a lot of damage. And here, I did get a couple of AR shots in him, so I recognize once again it's time for the double ramp rush. I go up, personal, I get close, get the height advantage on him with the RPG. Unfortunately, sort of fall down there, and this guy definitely is a decent player with the way he's building. And I realize, okay, now it's going to come down to a closer fight. He's building up. I decide to build off to the side and up, which is probably the best way to do it. Instead of building straight under them where it's a little more awkward, you build up to the side. And there was another build fight right there. That was an intense fight, but I didn't really get into too much trouble there. I only got in trouble from the guy shooting me on the back. Next, it comes down to 3 people left, which of course means me and 2 enemies. At this point, I want to make sure that I'm built up in a base and that I'm ready to, engage in whatever. I have a decent amount of health. I build up in a base, and then I see, okay, the next safe zone is going to be way out there in the open. And I think people are up. I hear them fighting up on this rock mountain. So I decide to make the move, go to the safe zone early. This is what I'm talking about late game. Early rotations. I go to the safe zone early, and I decide, okay, they got to push me. It's only one guy, 1v1. He's got to push me. I'm going to build a base, and instead of rushing him here, which could have worked out because he's probably weak from that fight, because he has height advantage here in a massive way, but I have zone advantage, which is even more important late game. And I decide to just build up here and not really challenge him. I shoot a couple RPGs, a couple shots, but I didn't really know where he was on this mountain. And I wait. I control the engagement. I wait for this guy, and that's basically all it is. See there, I'm tucked in an angle where I can see, but most likely he's not going to be able to hit me. I'm shooting, and eventually I just decide, I'll just build a roof and look through it, which is a pretty cool tactic you can do. But what happens here is I see him start to shoot these grenade launchers, and I'm like, oh my god, these are getting close. These hit me. I got to get out of here, and smart move there. You see how I'm always moving last second on these grenade launchers? That's what you have to do. The grenade launchers and RPGs, a lot of people think they're overpowered. It is definitely hard to outbuild the grenade launcher. You have to keep moving and keep building. But with the RPG, it shoots so slow, usually, unless they're above you, which even then you could build like roofs. You can usually outrun it or outbuild it like pretty easily. So right here, he gets a couple shots in on me. I still don't really know exactly where he's at. Luckily, I have 10 minis, so I wasn't too concerned. And I realized, okay, the zone's closing in. This is it. He's going to be on his way here in a second. So I'm going to build up and basically just wait for him. I build up, and I see things are still coming from the top, and there it is. He drops, and now it's just, I'm shooting him like I'm at a shooting range. He slides way down, which he must have taken damage for that, because that was a crazy slide down. That's why I wasn't able to hit him, because he went so fast. But I recognize I have all the advantage here. He starts taking some shots at me. I just built, and I moved down, because I don't want to fall from a higher spot. And eventually, he just jumps off here. I decide to follow him, and I have all the time in the world to shoot him. The reasoning behind that is because he didn't rotate early. Even though he had the height advantage, I had the zone advantage, and I used it to my best of my ability. That's it, guys. That's how I analyzed each of those. That's how you can win more fights. That's how I won each of these fights in this game. Thanks for watching, guys. Smack a like on this video. Subscribe if you guys are new. Have a great night, and I'm out. Peace.